Have you ever set out and decided that you're going to hit a new PR on something? So you start working that out like crazy. You feel like you're on track to hit it, and here comes the day when you actually want to break that PR, right? And you go for it, and it doesn't happen. And you're like, why? I worked my ass off and it's just not coming together. Well, that's what we're talking about today. So strap in and get ready for episode 060. Let's go.
I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast. Hello, welcome to today's episode of Bones to Bulk. I'm your host, Brian Parody, and before we dive into today's topic, I want to encourage you to head on over to bonestobulk.com. The reason for that is I just launched a brand new workshop for you. It's a video workshop. All you have to do is go to bonestobulk.com. You'll see it right there. Click the button. And basically what it is I sit down and talk with you for about 30 minutes. And we go over so many things when it comes to mistakes that are commonly made when it comes to putting on lean muscle mass and the 5 keys to putting it on once and for all and to stop the guessing game. So if you have not checked that out, then I highly encourage you, when you have some time, go to bonestobulk.com and click on the workshop and check it out. With that being said, let's dive into today's topic. So you want to hit a new PR for something. Maybe you're wanting to compete in something. Maybe it's just your own personal goal that you're challenging yourself towards. But regardless, there's a certain number you want to hit on a certain exercise, and that's understandable. I have my own numbers that I strive to hit in certain exercises, and so I feel like it's a good thing to have, because while the number is not almighty, like it's not, I talk all the time, like it's not so much how much you lift, it's the way you lift and the time under tension. That matters so much more than hitting a record PR. It does. So let me put that out there first. Now, with that being said, I know for me personally, when I set a goal to hit a new PR, it pushes me and it challenges me. And so that's the reason I do it. It's not so that I can say, oh, I did blah, blah, blah on the bench press or the squat or the deadlift, whatever. No, it's so that I have something that I'm pushing myself towards, because I believe we always need to be setting a new standard and a new goal and reaching for that. So when it comes to those PRs, you really want to hone in on a couple things. Number one is you've got to focus on building your muscle. Duh, right? Like, thank you for the obvious. But no, in reality, how do we do that? You know, if we're wanting to hit a new PR, we can't do the same thing and expect different results. It won't work. If we just go in and do our normal routine and don't change anything, we can't expect to hit a new PR. So you've got to be changing up your sequence and your cycles when it comes to the gym. So let's say you're used to doing 3 sets of 10 when you go in the gym, and you go and you do it and you're done with that exercise. Well, okay. How about try 5x5s? Or how about try my personal favorite, microcycles, where you start off with high reps in the first week, and by week 4, it's a 4-week cycle, you're down to only 3 to 5 reps. And each week you're decreasing your reps but increasing your weight, and then you repeat the cycle. And what that does is it really challenges your muscles to grow in ways they haven't, because you're constantly changing. You're keeping things fresh for your muscles, because your muscles have memory. They remember what you're doing, and they need to be challenged, and they need things to change up. So first, that's the first step. Like, don't just go in and do the same thing and expect different results. All right, the second thing that I will highly encourage you to do is whatever that exercise is, and I talk about this a lot too. Let's say it's your squat. You want to increase that. So every day you should be doing squats. That's right. You're not going to overwork those muscles because you're just doing that one exercise. But every day at the end of your whatever muscle group you're working out, go do some squats. And you're going to find you don't have to like kill it every day, but do something with it. And what you're going to find is that combined with changing up your routine alone is going to make drastic difference in what you're capable of doing. Now, let's get to another super important part of being able to hit a new PR, and that's your nutrition. Your nutrition fuels your muscles. Like, think about it this way. We can't, think about it this way. We can't expect to grow our muscles if there's nothing to grow them with. It'd be like expecting to build a house without any materials. You just can't magically happen out of thin air. And so you've got to have the building blocks in place. And that's a wide array of so many different things, from minerals and nutrients and like vitamins, everything that we get from our food sources, our protein, our amino acids, like our fiber, everything goes into building ourselves up when we're eating good, clean foods. And so that's why it's so important. So many people will say, well, just bulk up and then shred. Well, okay, but when you're bulking up in the quote unquote dirty bulk phase, all you're doing is putting on fat. And really you're just making more work for yourself, because you're putting on fat and then you're going on this crazy, like really restricted diet plan, and then you're going to lose the fat and then you'll see your muscles. Like, why not just build lean muscle mass from the beginning? Because it's so much better way. It's a so much better way. So you want to be making sure that you're eating properly to fuel your muscles. Muscle recovery is hugely important. And if you're not taking something after your workouts, then you're really missing out. You need to be taking protein. You need to be taking some form of fast-acting dextrose. I use a straight dextrose powder mixed in with my protein powder that I chug right after my workout. In addition, our muscles do need to repair, and they need proteins to repair. And our muscles do the most repairing during the first hour or two of deep sleep. And so if a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to eat after 7 because I don't know where that came from, but it's like, don't eat after 7. It doesn't matter when you eat your calories. It matters how many calories you're eating a day. It doesn't matter if you eat at 7 or 8 or 9 o'clock at night. What you need to be focusing on is how many calories you're eating a day to put on lean muscle mass. And that needs to be just in slight excess of what your maintenance is. Now, so back to before bed. You want to make sure that your body has fast-acting protein available for that muscle repair, that first hour to 2 hours of sleep. It's super crucial. I make sure that I get protein powder every night before bed. And a lot of people, myself included in this, I used to think the same way. I used to take casein because people say, oh, casein is this slow releasing, so it'll last you through the night. Well, guess what? Because it's so slow releasing, that protein's not available that first hour or two when your muscles need it the most. And so you're missing out. So if you are not already, take some form, it doesn't have to be whey protein, but some sort of fast-acting protein before bed, like 30 minutes to an hour before bed. That way your body has it in your system and it's there for optimal muscle growth while you sleep. Another thing is, if you're weak going into the gym, if you're lacking energy, if you're lacking the proper nutrition, then guess what? Your lifting is going to suffer. If I get up in the morning and I don't eat anything and I just go to the gym, I'm not going to be able to lift as heavy as if I wake up, I eat something that's maybe like a fast-acting complex carb, like an apple with some peanut butter, and then wait 30 to 45 minutes and then go work out. There's going to be a difference in what I'm able to do because of my energy levels. Like, don't take that stuff for granted. Food, the whole reason we eat in the first place is because it's our body's fuel. It's like our car, we put gasoline in it so it'll run. We put food in our body so it'll run. So if we don't put the proper things in it, guess what? We're not going to run. And if we're not putting the best types of food in, we're not going to run at peak performance. There's some cars out there, you can only put premium gas in it. That's crazy to me. Like, I wouldn't want to have a car that I had to put premium in, but that's regardless. Like, you're our bodies. We can put crap in it and they're going to run crappy, or we can put the good stuff in and they're going to run good. And you'll notice this if you started to change your diet. You'll notice you have more energy, that you're not as lethargic or tired all the time. Like, you notice those differences when you start exercising and start eating better, because it all plays a part in that. So don't think for a second that it's just a matter of brute force and changing your workout routine and that's all that's required in order to get stronger and hit a new PR. No, food is a vital aspect of that. So don't miss that portion of it. because so often it gets overlooked and it's more of an afterthought. So again, just make sure that you're giving your body what it needs to repair after your workouts. Make sure you're giving your body what it needs to have the energy before your workout, and make sure you're supplementing it before bed with fast-acting proteins so that your muscles can properly heal as you sleep, because sleep is when like the magic happens. Like that's when our muscles really do their growing. All right, I hope you have found this helpful. If you are on social media, please check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Bones to Bulk. We've got a great group over on Facebook. You can join, just again, search for Bones to Bulk on Facebook and join the group, and lots of good content put in there. I put so much video content in there that follows along with the podcast. With that being said, remember, no matter what anybody has told you, what obstacles you've hit, what things you are facing currently or have faced, you can accomplish your fitness goals even if you failed in the past. Like, don't let that failure keep you down. Fail forward and continue to grow and to learn new things. You've got this.